It's similarities in pretty much every defense we run, but it's a change compared to different defenses we ran in the past. But I feel like it's a great defense. I love the coach and I love the schematics we've put in so far.
Just curious, you played for Pat Graham when he was here. What were your impressions of him then? And back then, did you think he had DC in his future?
Most definitely. He's a great coach. He's super high energy. He coaches you to the fullest because he wants the full potential brought out of you. And just back then, the way he coached the D-line, you could just tell he's going to be a D coordinator soon.
You're going into your fourth year, and you're already going to be on your third head coach technically. I'm just like, what's that like going through that much kind of turnover, and what's your early impression of Joe Judge since you've gotten to interact with him?
Coach Judge is a great guy. I remember when I was getting recruited by Alabama, when I met him for the first time, and it's just crazy how small the world is, and just great guys and the whole coaching staff. And it's just pretty much every year you come in the locker room, you just have to make sure that you're ready to work every day, and just bring your A game and make sure everybody's around you ready to work. And that's all you can do, just come to work and do your best.
Do you remember anything about when he recruited you? Like, do you remember anything about his personality back then or anything like that?
He used to always joke about me playing kickoffs in college, so that was like the biggest thing.
Just curious, where are you and what are you able to do as far as working out and staying in football shape? And also, what concerns do you have, if any, about the idea of coming back to football in a couple of months, hopefully, in this current environment?
Mm-hmm. I'm actually currently in New Jersey. I pretty much have a gym in my garage, I guess you can say. And I work out here at home just to stay safe. And, safety is number one concern with this pandemic going on right now. And I feel like the NFL is going to make sure everything's safe for the players as well as the coaching and the staff and pretty much everyone in the building before we can return because, like I said, safety is the number one priority for everyone right now.
Leonard Williams, when he came on board last year, the two of you seemed to form just an instant chemistry. What was it about playing with him that made it work with you guys, and how excited are you to have him back for this year?
I love Leonard. He's a great guy. I feel like we both clicked off the field for the most part because we both love anime and video games. So we became like instant best friends, I guess you can say.
We talked to Coach Judge last night about the Zoom calls, the video conferencing with everybody kind of getting together from a meeting perspective. Mm-hmm. Your position is really one of them where a lot of you guys know each other already. You already have that bond. Obviously, the position coach is new, but what do you think that chemistry does to kind of help you guys moving forward here in kind of uncertain times?
I feel like it helps out a lot because most of us know each other already, and I feel like we get to interact more with the other positions and as well as offense, to put names with faces of the new guys on the team. And I just feel like it helps us bond a lot better. So when we get back, nobody's a stranger.
What's your impressions of Coach Spencer?
Super high energy guy. I always have energy no matter what time of the day it is. I'm looking forward to doing some of his drills when we get back in person. So when we get back to practice.
What do you think about the moves that were made in the offseason, especially on defense, and they drafted another Alabama guy? And the second question is, obviously you'd like to be in the facility and working with everybody, but is there anything you like about the virtual offseason program?
I feel like a virtual offseason program helps out simply because we can't go in the building, and it helps everybody put a name with a face, and you just get to bond with people in a different way, I guess you can say. And always love to have an Alabama guy here. It's just the Roll Tide culture, I guess, in our blood. And with the moves in the off season, I just feel like whoever they bring in, I'm going to welcome as a teammate. And we're just going to get to work every day. And I'm just going to push them to be as best as they can be as well as ourselves.
I know you have no control over free agency, but Joe was saying yesterday that he'd been in contact with Marcus about possibly coming back. And I was wondering, have you talked to Marcus? And the other thing is, if he doesn't come back, how do you replace 10 sacks?
I haven't talked to Marcus in the last couple of weeks. I haven't been update with him lately. And I don't honestly know how to answer that question. All I could say is Marcus is a great guy. I hope the best for him. I love that guy. And, just whatever the team and the coach decides, that's up to them. And whatever happens, happens. We all just got to wait and see.
It's your contract year. Obviously, that's a big thing for guys, big motivator for guys. Do you expect that to have any impact for you? And what can you tell us about any negotiations you had with your agents had with the Giants?
Pretty much we've just been taking every day, one day at a time because of the pandemic going on right now. I'm not really focused on the contract or anything because all I can do is try to get better and be as much prepared as I can when hopefully we get back for training camp and get back to the facility as early as possible. So I've just been focusing on just getting better and improving with my teammates as much as possible. That's my biggest goal right now.
During this, with all the Zoom meetings and anything, Coach has talked about you guys bonding and camaraderie and all that.
Mm-hmm.
Is there anything that's happened during these meetings that's odd or strange, or anything about any of your teammates you might have learned in this virtual environment that maybe you didn't know, a story that you might share from the meetings?
I don't think it's been anything strange. It's just everybody's been bonding, I guess you can say, in the meetings, getting to know each other. Some of us FaceTime each other. A lot of us play video games together in a group, so we all been on Call of Duty lately and just bonding with that. But other than that, there hasn't been anything strange, I guess you can say.
Who's the best Call of Duty player?
Right now, I would like to put myself in the top 3. I haven't played with Blake Martinez yet, but I'm looking forward to it. So he might be number 1. So.
I wanted to ask you about the defensive line and the fact that the unit, for the most part, was left intact. You added Austin Johnson and obviously a few undrafted free agents, but for the most part, the unit is returning intact. What does that mean to you? What does that say to you? And does that necessarily mean that, they're going to be relying on you guys to really help with the pass rush and just kind of have it all start up front there with you guys?
I just feel like as a front, I feel like we want to help across the board, no matter what part of the game it is, and we all just trying to build our brotherhood even stronger than it was before, and just continue to improving as a unit so we all can feed off each other.
Does that familiarity with each other kind of help give you guys an advantage in that you kind of already know how each other thinks, and even though you're all learning a new system, does it kind of give you an advantage, you think?
I feel like it gives us an advantage in learning the system more easily because we all know each other, how each other learn things and pick up things on a day-to-day basis.
Dalvin, do you think this defense has something to prove this year? And how do you think this defense will respond overall?
We have to see when we get past some, but I feel like our defense is I feel like I love the defense. I'm super excited to play in it and just run some of the plays we've installed. And just with the players we have on the team, I feel like it could get very exciting.
You talked about Coach Judge joking about putting you on kickoff teams. That sounds like something that he might not really be joking about. I mean, has that come up at all now? And is that something you might be up for with the new head coach?
It hasn't come up at all. But I can tell you now, it was a whole different type of body type back then when I was coming out of high school compared to now. So I highly doubt I might be on kickoff, but if he wants to fit me on it, I'd be more than happy to do it.